Hello everyone, welcome to New Beginnings, my everyday life in rural Cyprus, and thank you so much for supporting my channel. And already we have our super fans in the house today. We have Steve and Tina Jewel. For being here and just checking the comments. Morning Dawn, first thumbs up and hi to you. Do check out their channel. I just watched another one of theirs. I'm trying to remember what I've watched on people's channel because I'm very bad at that. I do watch people's channels and then I get them all mixed up, but I do recall, tell me if I'm wrong, yes I am correct, they did a video and they got a copyright on the music, and it was Through the Woodlands, and it was beautiful anyway, Steve and Tina. It was absolutely beautiful. Sometimes it's nice to have the no music if it happens via YouTube. And for me, it was the real aspect of how I walk through my woods. It's just no sounds at all apart from some birds. And also in the house today, we've got Blues Self-Reliance. Do go and check out Blue's channel as well. I did a big catch up on Blue's channel today. I actually did a catch up on quite a few people's channels. I got two videos edited for the week, and I've got a few more to do, but I got two done. I tried to do 2 or 3, but normally 2 on a Monday. I got them done and actually had some time to spare because I got up at 5 a.m. this morning and got going on things I needed to do. It's still a heat wave here, so you can see now why I got up at 5 a.m. I need to get watering. Today was a big day. I've got a new tree, but more about that later on because I'm not going to tell you what the tree is because I've got a video on it, and I'm going to put that video up Wednesday. So Wednesday, look on this channel, and I've got a new fruit tree. Yes, a new fruit tree. Something that's from Cyprus. You will think of it as being very similar to something else, but it is a Cypriot fruit tree. And there's other information there. 4 here. Oh, -4. I thought you meant you got up at 4. I said I got up at 4 here. So I thought, oh, you got up at 4. -4. Oh, you can stay there. Hey, but at least you can come across one of your bears and give it a nice hug and get nice, cozy and warm. Not. Blue says, I was up at 1:38 this morning. Thanks, daylight saving. Yes, I think you do yours when we do ours. So we did ours Sunday. I believe Canada or America do it. No, I think America did it last week. Am I right? And Canada does it next week. Is that right? Have I got it the right way around? Because I get really mixed up at that point with lives around this time of year. I get really mixed up. Because everyone does theirs different times. So Europe and us do the same time as England. And then I'm pretty sure America did it last week and Canada does it next week. Tell me that. Stephen Tina says the bears are pooping on the front garden. Wow, that's good to grow some flowers in. Always looking on the positive. Blue Self-Reliance says it's definitely a start. Laugh out loud by now, though, at 3:37 p.m. I'm knackered. Yeah, it's like dark here. You can't see, but it's dark and it's 5:30 and it's now dark. And I said to Mike, I don't want to do my live. And he said, why is that? I said, I feel like I'm working at night. Luckily, I had it all prepped what I was going, because today's the day where I read you little themes and do little bits. I have all my stuff out that I've decided that I'm going to share with you today. And lucky I had that out, or I would have been very reluctant to get all the bits out. So thanks for being here in my life. You're helping me along there. Okay, so we've got a lot to get through today. Let's start with my first segment of today. Might help if I go on my theme page. So we're going to start today with this. Now, I think last Monday or the Monday before, I showed you an LP, a long playing record, a disc, and it was Hello Children Everywhere. And I said to you, I've got at least one more of those, if not two more. Ooh, so I found one of the other ones today to share with you. So this is volume 3. And as I always say, I love the artwork. Very typical mum, dad, boy, girl. It was always depicted on everything in the, even in the 70s, it was still mum, dad, boy, girl, and cozy family, dad with a pipe, look at that. And it's on all my games, my old games, and they're sitting right at their feet doing a puzzle. Yes. So, look, they've got the record down the corner, look here. So I'm going to read you what's on there and let me know what things you know. These were from children's radio and programs, and obviously some of the songs. Some of these I don't really think particularly are childrenified, but I guess in those days children would sit and watch them anyway. Family time, you know, that old thing. So the first one, it's 2 albums, by the way. So I will say side 3 and side 4 because that's what they've got printed here. So the first track is Rawhide, and I do know of that, but only from the replays, obviously. The next track is by Flanagan and Allen, and it's Run Rabbit Run. And of course, that was a nursery rhyme. Was the nursery rhyme first or after? The next one is The Fox and the Goose, Jimmy Rogers. Don't know that one. I'm pretty sure that was on the last record, was it not? Steve and Tina Jules, hey Blue, we're checking out your Halloween witchy brew stew. Looks tasty. It's a fun video as well, guys. You will not be disappointed. It's a really fun video. The next track is Hey Little Hen. Don't know that. Blue says, thank you so much, lovelies. Made enough for 4 days and the boys evaporated it in 2 days. The next one is The Poor People of Paris by Winifred Atwell. The next one is The Cab, Jean Sablon. The next one is Pop Goes the Weasel, again a nursery rhyme or a game. I've just got to pick up Mr. Colin Waffles. He's trying to come up. Here he is. Hello. Hello. He's been a good boy today. Is this 40s music? It's actually a modern album of the old music that used to be on, as I say, old radio programs and TV. This actual record is from EMI 1990. So it's a mix. I know some of these things and you'll know some in a bit. Oh, Steve and Tina Jules says, I'll eat some. That's Steve, by the way. Blue said that. We've had this debate. I can tell who says it. The next one is Carbon the Copycat, Tex Ritter. Don't know that. The next one is Hush, 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 Here Comes the Bogeyman. Henry Hall and his orchestra. So that's obviously a piece of music. Now, one I love, March of the Mods, Joe Loss and his orchestra. Again, you'll know I used to go to Pontins and they always played that every night in the ballroom. And I know all the dances. Do, 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 do. The next one is the GNU song, Michael Flanders and Donald Swan. Now, this one I used in a show that I directed and produced, and it's Close the Door, they're coming in the window. And it's close the door, it's coming in the window, close the door, coming down the stairs, close the door, right up to the ceiling. Those, whatever they are everywhere. And I used it when I produced the stage musical of Alice in Wonderland. So think about the bit where she grows and she gets really big and she's in the rabbit's house. So her body parts are coming out, and I actually did all special effects, if you like, to have her arm growing big and growing out the window and head coming out the chimney. So think, close the door, she's coming out the window. Close the door, she's coming down the stairs. Close the door, she's right up to the ceiling. And it went so well, so well. Steve and Tina say, I remember some 60s song. Lily the Pink. Oh, I love that one as well. A drink to Lily the Pink, the Pink, the Pink. And Mouldy Old Dough. I don't know that one. Maybe I would if I heard it. Maybe if I heard it. So side 2, Big Bad John by Jimmy Dean. I'm not so sure that would really be on a children's album, but who knows. The next one, Norman by Carol Dean. Again, don't know that. Maybe I would. Michael Row the Boat Ashore, The Highwayman. I know this one. I'm Henry VIII, Herman's Hermits. I'm Henry VIII, I am. Henry VIII, I am, I am. Yes, I know that one. And that's because when I did ballroom and Latin dancing, they used to do what they called party time as a little break in the middle. And there was a dance you did to that. You can also do March of the Mods to that very easily. The next one is a piece of music I know, Marching Strings, Ray Martin and his concert orchestra. Blue says we used to sing that at school. The next one's Poppa Piccolino, Petula Clark. Steve and Tina say, I remember Big Bad John and Henry. Yeah, I know those two. The next one, Two Little Boys by someone who may not be mentioned. The next one, My Old Man's a Dustman, Lonnie Donegan. Now, my mum had that on a single record, so I grew up knowing that. Very dated now, if you listen to the words. The next one is Scottish Soldier, Andy Stewart. I know Andy Stewart, so again, maybe I'd know it. The next one is Vespers. Christopher Robin is saying his prayers by Anne Stevens. Now, again, I used that when I produced the stage musical of Winnie the Pooh, obviously, Christopher Robin. The next one, I know this one. She Wears Red Feathers, Guy Mitchell. She wears red feathers and a hula hula skirt, I believe it goes. I know that. That's quite a fun tune. Side 3, I did warn you I'd say side 3. My Boomerang Won't Come Back, Charlie Drake. I know Charlie Drake and I know My Boomerang Won't Come Back. They did a lot of like comedy type songs in that era. I think they were 60s. I'm going to say that was the 60s. Glitterworld's here. So make sure you all pop over and visit Glitterworld. She is a really huge supporter of myself and my channel. And we're going to ignore Steve's comment there. And Blue says, laugh out loud. That's because it's a stick. My boomerang won't come back. That's because it's a stick. And we've got to say hello to Rebel Canners is in the house. Absolutely, says Glitter World, certainly. The next one is That Noise, Anthony Newley. I've heard of Anthony Newley. Might laugh when I do that if he says someone's in a film or something like that. I'm like, ooh, who's that? I don't know them. Because he's that much older than me. The next one is The Little Engine That Could, Belle Ives. I don't know that one. The next one is Any Old Iron, Peter Sellers. Well, obviously, any London type songs, any Cockney songs, not that I'm a Cockney, but any of the London songs. If you're in at least the south of England, you would know all those types of songs. You would know every single one of them. You just would. The next one is 16 Tons. I know that. Tennessee Ernie Ford. And by the way, those of you who've just come in, I'm going through the old music on this LP record, Hello Children Everywhere. So I'm just going through what sort of tunes there were. Then this is a piece of music, 633 Squadron or 633 Squadron, Ron Goodwin and his concert orchestra, because I'm still on the word concert. Concert orchestra. Steve and Tina Jewell, Little Engine. The next one is Where's Me Shirt? That's Ken Dodd. And if anyone doesn't know, Ken Dodd was a very popular comedian with his diddy stick. If any of you don't know what that is, it's a small feather duster, you silly people. It's a small feather duster. Yes. And that's why he was always saying, well, I'll be diddled. It doesn't mean someone took advantage of him in a scandal. Steve and Tina say, Damn Busters, Damn Busters. Ah, yes, that's the 633 Squadron. Yes, well done. Oh, and by the way, if you go on Steve and Tina's community posts, they do lots of little fun quizzes on there, true and false and things like that on there. So do check those out. I know a lot of people don't tend to go on people's community posts unless they're like I do. I look and see, oh, where are they? I thought they were doing a live and use it as a message board, but there's stuff there. Blue says about Ken Dodd, he was so naughty. He had the Diddy men, didn't he? He had the Diddy men. The Diddy men were obviously small people, Diddy. And they lived in Diddyland, of course. Now, they had different versions of the Diddy men. They had puppets. They had a TV program. I think that was animated, or was that with the puppets? And then on his live shows, he used to have children dressed up with big hoops round them, and that made the clothes stick out. Think of Tweedledee and Tweedledum. You get a basic idea, Diddy men. Oh, that's right, Naughty Ash. Yes, Blue Self-Reliant says yes, his own town, Naughty Ash. He certainly did. I'd forgotten about that. I do have a diddle stick, a Diddy stick. I do actually have it from when I worked with him. I do have it. And we clean out cobwebs with it. Steve and Tina say, I liked Henry Cooper, just like that. Tommy Cooper was just like that. Henry Cooper was his brother who used to fight boxing just like that. Yes, and sadly, Tommy Cooper died actually on a performance of, I think it was the London Palladium. Yes, Tommy Cooper, Blue, yes. Thanks. Okay. Yeah, he died. I think it was a London Palladium, and he used to do silly things, and all of a sudden he actually collapsed, but they thought that was part of his act, and the audience are laughing. He laid there for ages. I remember seeing it live, and I thought, oh, he's just laying there till they stop laughing, maybe. And no, they eventually pulled the curtains. Oh, we have someone else in the house. We have BC Treasure Trails in the house. Check them out. Blue Sound Royal Variety Performance. Yes, I thought it was that. And they used to be really good. That was something I did miss seeing over here, but of course we get English TV, so I needn't have worried. So anyone just dropping in, I'm going through this old LP, Hello Children Everywhere, the old radio shows and TV programme music. So the next one is I Can't Do My Belly Bottom Button Up by Ian Wallace. Again, as I say, they were often comical type songs, I feel, in those days. Oh, this is a lovely one. I do like this tune, English Country Garden. And this version is Jimmy Rogers. Jimmy Rogers. I do like that tune. If you don't know it, do look it up, English Country Garden. It's got lovely words and it names all the, well, not all of them, but a lot of flowers and makes it rhyme in the song. So do look it up if you don't know it. And it lists lots of flower names in an English country garden. The next one is Down Came the Rain by Mr. Murray. The next one, this is quite a nice song, Messing About on the River by Josh McRae. And that reminds me of the London boat race. If any of you don't know that, it's an annual thing, takes place on the River Thames, obviously in London, and it's Oxford versus Cambridge rowing. I think, is it eight in a team rowing? Or is it 6? I think it's 8. I'm not sure. And funny enough, I've just did voiceover narration on my other channel, Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty. I'm reading my nan's autobiography. You're not on the one I've just filmed because I keep a couple done. But the one I've just recorded, she talks about the London boat race. And she was born in 1918, so I'll give you a bit of an idea when we're talking. And she's a teenager, and she said every year she went to watch it because they lived in Kensington in London, and they went to watch the boat race from Putney Bridge. So she said we never saw the ending. And then in her story, she said, but as I'm writing this today, I'm watching it on the TV and I can finally see the finish. So that was really sweet. Stephen Tina thinks 8. Yes, that would be a good quiz question, that one. And you could do a trick quiz question because you could say how many are in each boat, because you have the Cox, the one shouting the row harder. You have him as well, so that would be a good trick question, that one. Next one is Flashbang Wallop, Tommy Steele. I love that film. It's called Half a Sixpence, and if you want a really good musical, really great dancing, Tommy Steele was a professional tap dancer first. He went on to do singing, but he was a professional tap dancer first and foremost. And I love that film. So do look that one up. It's probably on YouTube. Half a Sixpence, a really great film. And then finally, side 4, The Story of My Life by Michael Holliday. Frankfurter Sandwiches, Joanne and the Streamliners. Never heard of that. Does Your Chewing Gum Lose Its Flavour? Lonnie Donegan. Zambezi, Lou Bush and his orchestra. The Lollipop Tree, Belle Ives. Sugar Time, Alma Cogan. When you come to the end of a lollipop, pop goes your heart. And that's by Max Bygraves. That's another comedian that always did at the end of their show, they always do singing. Some comedians could sing, but most of them could not. And yet that was the format. They would always end their program singing. He did. He had many, many LPs out. My mum had a big collection of his LPs. Yes. Then the next one is Hand Up Your Sticks, Kenneth Williams and Lance Percival. Now, I remember that's a little bit like the Two Ronnies type sketches where they get the words mixed up. So that's quite fun. Stephen Tina say, also, where is the boat race run? Oxford, Cambridge? No, it's London. Yes, very good. Yes. Yes. And then The Ballad of Bethnal Green, Paddy Roberts. Hole in the Ground, Bernard Cribbins. Now, this is a funny thing. It's about he digs a hole in the middle of the ground and then a man comes up and don't dig it here, dig it over there, blah, blah. And I used that in my Alice in Wonderland stage show for the rabbit digging a hole, digging the tunnel that Alice falls down. And we used that song. That was a great sketch. I will be posting all these on my dance channel when I get round to doing them, but note I can't use the original music, so I do put a disclaimer. It won't make as much sense, but you can see what they did. Then Goodness Gracious Me, Peter Sellers and Sophia Loren. Now that wouldn't be very wise to play these days. It was about cooking someone in a cooking pot, let's say that. And I got a feeling they dressed up as well for that. Then the last one is Thank You Very Much, The Scaffold. Now that's been used many times in many different ways. Thank you very much for thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much. It's been used in commercials and many, many things. Many things. So let's move on to, I bought myself, when I went to buy my new fruit tree that will be revealed on my Wednesday video, I bought myself some fennel seeds. I've never bought fennel seeds before. So I thought today it would be a good idea if maybe I read you something about fennel. So where will fennel be? Fennel will be number 12. I wasn't ready. Stephen Tina say they grow on you. Yes, it was yes, Rosie's chocolates. That's right. Roses grow on you. That was an advert they use that music in. Oh, and Blue Point first. Sorry, Blue, missed your one. Rosie's chocolates. See, Blue has the brand as well. Very good. Yes. Interesting, says Rebel Canners. Okay, so a little bit about fennel. And it says a herb for fish. Enhance your fish dishes with fennel or dill, freshly picked, from your herb garden. Fennel and dill are both herbs of distinctive flavour, and both are grown for their leaves and seeds. They're similar in appearance and needs, and both will grow happily under most garden conditions. Fennel is very attractive perennial herb with upright branching stems and fine thread-like dark green leaves. Fresh or dried, the leaves are used as a flavouring in many dishes, in sauces, and are one of the classic and most delicious accompaniments to fish. The seeds, which have a slightly stronger licorice taste, can be used in the same dishes, and they add an interesting flavour to pickles. To grow fennel in your garden, choose a sunny position, preferably at the back of the border, because the plants grow so tall, up to 1.5 to 1.8 metres high and 60 centimetres across. Do not grow it anywhere near deal, as the two herbs will cross-pollinate easily and produce seeds of no distinctive flavour. Any good, well-drained, deep soil will do for fennel. Fork the growing area well to break up the subsoil and incorporate peat or well-rotted garden compost to help retain the moisture. Sow the seeds thinly in mid-spring, about 0.5 centimetres deep and rows 45 centimetres apart. Germination should take place between 2 and 3 weeks. When the seedlings have produced a central, feathery, light, thin stem, thin them to a spacing of 45 to 60 centimetres. Like most herbs, fennel requires little care during the growing period. Water the ground regularly in dry weather until the plants are established and keep them free of weeds. If the site is exposed, stake the plants as they grow to keep them from being blown over by strong winds. That's all right, Blue, you're excused. Young leaves should be ready about 6 weeks after sowing, ready for cutting. Cut leaves as you need them from near the base of the plant, or cut them in large bunches and hang them to dry in a cool, airy place. Harvest leaves until the first flower buds appear, but remember the plants grown from seed will not flower until their second year. From midsummer to early autumn, fennel bears yellow umbels of flowers, which will produce a large quantity of seeds. If you do not want seeds, remove the flower heads to encourage leaf growth. If seeds are required, leave the flower heads on the plants and harvest them in early to mid-autumn, just as the seeds start to turn brown. Cut the seed heads and hang them over paper in a dry place, or shake them carefully over a bowl and then finish the ripening by putting them in single layers in a dry, barely warm place. Drying the delicate foliage is rather difficult to do satisfactorily. It needs to be done very slowly, in the dark, and at the lowest possible temperature. Stephen Tina's saying about to Blue about doing the dinner. Better than waiting for the smoke alarms to let you know dinner's ready. And we have in the house 2 doves, bees and gardens. Check out their channel. About fennel, growing fennel for anyone who's just joined us. The top growth of fennel will die down in late autumn and should be cut back to about 7.5 centimetres, but the plants will survive all but the coldest winters to sprout again in the spring. If you like, you can lift some plants in early autumn, put them into large pots of good compost and keep them indoors or under glass. They should continue to grow through the winter, but do not expect to harvest many leaves. Like fennel, dill is also easy to grow in ordinary soil and in any open, sunny site. So there's a brief overview of growing dill and fennel. Just seeing if I've missed any chat. Hoping not. Okay, let's move on. Some people have told me this is one of their favourite sections. So I hope whoever you are, you're here today. I do this nearly every time. Nearly every time. Do you like this section? I try to jump around and give you different types of tips and hacks. So today I thought I would talk about carpets or rugs. In Cyprus, we don't have carpets, like wall-to-wall carpets. The Cypriots consider them to be extremely disgusting, not very hygienic at all. So they don't have carpet. They might have huge rugs or even handmade rugs, but carpets, yes, you can find some, let's say, expat houses with carpets, but by and large, it's not something you see here. Like wallpaper, we don't have wallpaper. There are a few wallpaper shops, but I'm sure people use it for other things. Oh, Steve and Tina, look how lovely. I said, do you all like this section? And they put enjoy the whole show. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you for that. So let's talk about carpets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 carpet tips for those of you who do have carpets. Tip 1. Sprinkle a light-coloured fur rug liberally with dry powdered magnesia or talcum powder. Rub in well with a clean cloth and leave for a few hours. Beat thoroughly outdoors. Shake and remove all powder with a clean brush. Oh, look, Blue's there. I love the show. Oh, that's really sweet, you guys. Oh. Tip 2. Lay a stair carpet with a spare fold at the top and bottom, so you can move the carpet up and down a few inches each year. Gosh, that's frugal, isn't it? This helps to distribute the heavy wear on the edges of the treads. Wow. And wasn't it in the old days when they used to have stair carpet only up the middle part of the stairs? They didn't have it fitted from side to side, and that was actually to save the wear on the carpet. And you will find many homes didn't allow their family to go up and down the carpet bit, and they had to walk up the sides where the wood was of the staircase, and it was just for show and for special. Yes, just for special. So there's that. The next one. Ensure that the pile lies down the stairs and never turn the carpet the other way round. So be sure to lay the carpet the correct way down. And we have in the house Treasure Woman, who has been the most awesome supporter of my channel the last few weeks. Thank you so much for that. And I'm glad to be able to thank you personally on my live. Do go and check out Treasure Woman. She is an absolute darling, as you all are. You've all supported me in many different ways. So thank you so much to everybody. You are all awesome. The next tip. Always use a carpet liner under a light coloured carpet before laying it on a wooden floor. Not why you think. This prevents dust rising through the floorboards to the surface of the carpet. And the final carpet tip today. Do not vacuum a new wall carpet for about 6 weeks to allow the pile to settle down. Use a hand brush or carpet sweeper, Eubank, to remove any excess fluff. Eubank. Do we all know Eubank? Carpet sweeper. I think Eubank is a brand name, I believe, if I'm right. Eubank was a brand name, such as a lot of people say Hoover when it's, of course, vacuum cleaner. Yes. Yes, my mum was always saying Hoover, but she did have a Hoover, so we'll let her get away with that one. Okay, let's go on to this. roll now. I've got myself organised. I'm on a roll. And we got a comment. Let me see a comment. Steve saying he's in the museum now. No, in a museum now. Eubanks, carpet sweepers. Has anyone still got one? Of course I don't. I don't have carpets. Oh dear. I do have a Dyson vacuum cleaner, but obviously we use the hosey bit for different things, the hosey bit. I have Dyson, the yellow one. Okay, so we're on to let's look at a book I took from my book nook, and we're continuing with my brief version book of Aesop's Fables. And yes, I'm still going. It's only a tiny little thin book, and I feel like we've been reading these for a long time. So let's see if we know this one, this proverb or fable. Mother Crab and her daughter. Not ringing any bells to me yet. Must you walk like that? A crab mother complained to her daughter. Don't walk sideways. It's so undignified, so common. Walk properly. I certainly will, mother, said the daughter crab, just as soon as you show me how it is done. Oh, that's clever. That's all it is. That is very clever. And the moral or fable or saying of that is example is the best teacher. Yes, that's for sure. Oh, that was a good one. I like that one. Yes, show me how to do it, mother. I expect a lot of people are guilty of saying to do something and probably do it themselves anyway. If you look at my Inspirational Thursday Thoughts, my lives on my other channel on Thursdays, we did talk about that, saying about the things we sometimes complain about others doing is our inner things that we do ourselves, that kind of thing. Hey, we have my friend here. We have Ashley's Allotment Diaries. Do go and check out the channel, guys. Hello message. If any of you guys, I think actually Two Doves, Bees and Gardens got one recently. If I've seen all your videos, I do just checking in. But if I do that on one of your videos, it means I've rewatched your video. So I don't just go in, message and come out. It means I've watched it again. And if I watch it on my other channel, I give it a thumbs up. So if I just say just checking in, I've normally watched it on the other channel. I should leave a comment from that one then as well. But just so you know, I've been. Ashley says he has a Henry, but the eyes creep me out. Good afternoon, all. When I worked at a nursery school, they had a Henry Hoover there, and the children wanted it out the cupboard. They said, don't leave him in there, he's sad. And they used to like to sit on it and have a ride. So that was fun. That was fun. Okie doke. Let's go back on my other thing. Let's move on to, what day is it? Monday. Let's go on to this. Hello, I'm not actually on your page now. I've just popped off over here. I'm back now because I want to stick something in my comments and I had to drop out. Instead of doing a bad shout out today, I want to shout out this channel, and I have no connections with this channel in any shape or form other than it's my absolute joy that I found this channel. What's something Dawn really loves? The 70s, anything about the 70s. And so I'm going to shout out this channel. So I've just done the doodah the URL, and it's Gav Retro is the channel. Gav Retro 70s Kid 78. I've put it there so you can find it if you like the 70s stuff. How did I find the channel? Well, he commented, Gavin, he commented on my channel. And guys, this is how I found 90% of the channels I watch. If you're watching my videos, drop a comment. 9 times out of 10, I'll go and check out your channel. Maybe subscribe if it's my type of thing. So do drop a comment, and that's how I found Gavin's channel. I've only watched 3 of his videos so far. It's a type of channel I want to see what else is there. And the first one I clicked on, which is his most recent video, is he's in Australia, by the way, and he went to a museum in Queensland in Australia, and it was an exhibition of Lego, and it was all Lego models, huge ones and small ones, all proper Lego, not fakery like they have at Legoland, all proper Lego models of wonders of the world. And the best one, you've got to watch it till you get to this bit at least, is the Titanic as it's sinking. So it's cracked. No, hold on, it's that way up because it cracked. So the top bit is the crack, and no, half was up, but it was cracked. Anyway, they'd made it, when you think it's out of Lego, and you think that's brilliant. And then round the edge of the Titanic, which was, the detail was amazing. They had like the people in the sea being rescued and the whole thing going on. Oh, thanks, Blue. Blue's put the full link up. Thank you, Blue. Appreciate that very much. But the same with many other models in there. You see it from the front and it's brilliant. You think that must take forever to make. But you go around the other side and it's like a cutaway and you can see inside all what's going on. So many of the models had that. And he said it took so long to go around this exhibition because there's so much detail and funny things happening. And with all the models, you've got to watch that one. I think he's called that something like his 100th video or something like that, or celebrating his 100 videos. But I think it's his most recent one anyway, of videos. But yeah, Ashley's excited. Okay, nice to see you, Blue. Don't forget, guys, go and check out Blue's Self-Reliance if you haven't seen her most recent video. Even if you're subscribed, do check out everyone's most recent videos and see what's there. Two Doves Speeds and Gardens is going to check it out. And as I say, it's all 70s stuff. There's great stuff. Great stuff. I can't wait to delve back in there. I'm quite limited of free time to watch videos. But that is one channel I think I'm going to thoroughly enjoy. I'll probably be talking about it all the more now. So yeah, do check it out. Thanks to Blue for putting the full link in. I still see YouTube. They did all these new handle links and all the rest of it. And I still see a lot of people saying the link I put up, the new one, people can't get onto channels with that. But then some people say they can't get on with the old links as well. So what I normally tend to do if I'm in someone's chat is do both links. And then I did get one crazy person come back to me and say, oh, something's wrong with your link, you've put too many things in. No, I put both links, because someone always complain one way or the other. So you've got the new link from me and the old link from Blue, which should still work for most of you anyway. I tend to use mine more than anything else. So that was, you can see why I wanted to do a shout out on that for sure. Now it's me, you know, if you've been here long enough, you'll know. Awesome. And he seems a good presenter, like normal, as in not trying to present, but presents very well. Okay, let's go on to this. I know is a lot of people's favourite segment. we had the So Chilly there. That's for Stephen Tina. And the laughing heart, that was me, because we're in a heat wave. Okay, this is a slightly long one. And this is still from my book of After Dinner and Antidotes. No, is it antidotes? That's what you take if you've been poisoned. What, darling? Anecdotes. Mike tells me anecdotes. See, Blue's gone, so Mike has to fill in. Put me right. I knew it wasn't antidotes, but I couldn't think of the word. Okay, so here we go. This is the story of the railway officer who didn't get promoted. The career he had chosen was not one in which a man gets rich quickly, or indeed ever at all. But he had shown considerable aptitude and quickly rose from the ranks to the junior grade of management. But there he stuck. It was in the operating department, as it was called then, and his friends and colleagues were at first puzzled that such a bright fellow never even got shortlisted for interviews when he applied for a job. But gradually he became accepted as a piece of the office furniture, and it was not until his retirement nearly 30 years later that one of them plucked up the courage to ask him the reason why. And he replied, "Well, it's rather a sore point, really. When I got this position as assistant to the district operating superintendent, all went well until I got married. My wife got increasingly impatient and frustrated when I was on call, and every 5 or 6 nights the phone rang and control told me a wagon had come off the road at so-and-so, generally a branch line, which was well and truly blocked. Off I had to go to the control office to appraise myself of the position, and then onto the site of the accident, probably in freezing fog on a February morning around 2 o'clock in the morning. So we devised a plan. We bought a good-looking young ape, and after months of patient training, we taught him to dress in my clothes whenever the phone rang at night, then to drive the car, and finally to go to the controls office. This worked like a charm, and we enjoyed blissful, peaceful nights. Until one night something happened, which it turned out later affected a main line and was serious enough for the actual district superintendent to turn out in person. And the chap we had then was very clever. He was also very observant and immediately recognised the ape was not me. And that, Charles, is why I remained an assistant too. What does still gall me, though, is the fact that the ape is now the district manager. I like that one. Oh, look, bless you. Helping me with my words. Very funny. You're so funny. Oh, dear. Okay, let's see. Let's go on. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. It said it was playing and it just didn't, did it? Let's try again. wasn't it? It didn't play. To do or new to you. Something you could do or new to you that you doesn't do. So this is something. Do you do it? Have you done it? Have you ever done it? Do you want to do it? Or perhaps you've already done it. Have you got a family tree? Have you made a family tree? I'm very annoyed. We had to do it for high school, first year of high school. And I traced mine to, it's before the 1900s. I traced it back to, I think, 2 generations prior to that. Oh, excuse me, I've got hiccups. And I remember it. I know what the paper, I only did it on paper. And I talked to people. My dad didn't really want to talk about relationships and past, but I managed to say, well, it was for school. And in the end, I got information that no one else had. And I traced all branches way back. And I even know where I kept it. I kept it in like a cash box. And when I moved to here, the cash box wasn't there and the paper wasn't there. Now, there was someone in my house at that point, and I'm thinking they took all the stuff because a lot of other stuff was missing. It's not, I'm not saying the removal people. I think it got taken way before that, being it was a cash box. I think that's why it got taken. Someone else that was in my property, and they took their stuff and took a lot of my stuff as well. So I think that's where it went, and I can't recreate that, which is very sad because I also don't have relatives anymore that know these things. I know you can look it up. These are free discs that used to get in newspapers. In the Sunday papers, used to get music discs. And when this became very popular to do, there you go, the Sunday Times, that's a newspaper, they actually did disc. Now, I think a lot of these, I don't know, are normally things that just give you the first bit to get you interested in doing it. And then you obviously sign up to things. Steve said, let me bring it up. Steve says, can't afford an ape and we have to go to work now. Thanks for the live. See you soon. That was a brilliant comment. That was an amazing comment. Super. So thanks for being here, my big supportive friends. Thank you so much. That was fun. Okay, I won't be doing much more. We'll just do one more segment for today. Do let me know in the comments if you're watching this back later, if you do a family tree, and if you've got one, how far back it goes, and we'll see who's got the furthest back tree, whether you've looked it up or you just know it. And wouldn't that be nice to do in needlepoint embroidery or cross stitch? More on that on Wednesday. But let's do one more subject today. So we've got the comments. Just click on there. We've got a comment from Ashley. My sister traced our family tree. We didn't know our parental grandfather on my dad's side. Turns out my grandfather had committed suicide in London, even though he lived in Dorset. That's interesting. Two Doves, Peas and Garden says, I've been working one back to the 1400s. Wow. Anyone got pictures, old pictures as well? That's the thing I want from my mum when she passes. I want some of the old photographs. That's something I would like. Okay, so we're finished with what to watch on your coffee break. I'm just going to go through today some things I've got coming up on my channels. So I'll just run the ticker tape of one of my other channels underneath in case you're new and you don't know it. Don't forget to subscribe over there as well. And today I posted Steve and Tina would have liked this. 9 simple quiz questions. Now, they're not hard. They just need thought. And how many of the 9 questions can you answer? So that's on my other channel, Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty. And the next video coming up there will be on Wednesday, and that's going to be goats and sheep filmed from my land across the valley to it's a farm that has goats and sheep across, and they make cheese there, so I call it the cheese farm. So do go and check that out. That will be my next video coming up there on Wednesday. And what have we got on this channel? Well, today I posted hugelkultur beds. I'm having a major change round of my hugelkultur beds. There is a link to the previous video in the description. So if you missed why I'm changing them and how I'm changing them, what's going on, then look at that first, the description. And then after that, watch the one that I've just posted, the hugelkultur beds. And then the next one I'm going to be posting on Wednesday on this channel. I have bought myself a new fruit tree, and I'm not revealing now what it is because obviously I want you to watch the video and see what happens, because there's a story behind it. It's not what I went to buy. It's not what I went to buy. It's something else, and there's more to come of this expedition. I have filmed some of the garden centre, but when we went in the spring to get my other fruit trees, my new fruit trees, I did a big bit of filming there, so I didn't want to just redo that. So again, in the description of that video, I've actually put a link to the previous video going to the garden centre. So if you want to look more what sort of plants there are in cypress and trees, then you'll see that. This basically, we had an assistant straight away, so I couldn't really do too much filming, although I did get him selecting the best tree for us. So there is a little bit there, sneaky peeky. Oh, bless you. Okay, two doves, bees and gardens. Thank you for your support. Ashley says, oh, a cheese farm, heaven. Yes, it certainly is. I'm not allowed cheese anymore. I was talking to Blue earlier, and basically there's 12 items I'm allowed. They don't include cheese, and most of them, all bar one thing, are certain fruits and vegetables. No proper food for Dawn anymore. But more about that another time. So thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I will be back here again tomorrow on my other channel as a pop-up live. So make sure you're subscribed, and then you will see that video. You will see when it's up, the live. So we're finished with Quote Corner, and hope to see you tomorrow on my other channel.